AR contact lenses are the holy grail of sci-fi tech, and Mojo is making them real. So no one has really nailed the perfect factor of AR yet. It's impractical to walk around the world holding up your smartphone. We know that Facebook is publicly now working on glasses, and Apple has been rumored to be working on glasses for a long time. Mojo is the first company that's working on contact lenses, which I think is interesting. So they're developing a smart AR contact lens. They haven't built the first lenses yet, but they have built a display that can squeeze in 70,000 pixels into a space smaller than half a millimeter across, which makes it the world's smallest and densest display ever made. So the start of it, which is really interesting. Some of the challenges, obviously, are the lens are going to need special oxygenation systems so that I can actually breathe through them. And we'll need some sort of a relay accessory that would be worn by the user in order to control the device. So I've seen glasses of sorts that use like a little ring finger thing. So you can imagine like something like that. And then final challenge will be they're going to have to figure out the eye tracking piece to understand what you're actually looking at, what information you need, and of course figure out how to not spam your vision with some sort of like a bad pop-up ad. So question to you all, what do you think the future of AR heads-up display is? A lot of people think that glasses is the next step, but when I saw these contact lenses, I was like, wait, that makes way more sense than glasses. Because for glasses, you'd have to get everyone who doesn't wear glasses, which is 50% of this call, to start wearing glasses just to be able to get all the fun AR benefits. But contact lenses anyone could wear, even with your prescription glasses. Thoughts to you all?
Sorry, is the question, what was your question? Is this like the future or?
What do you think that the format will take for AR heads-up displays? Will it be glasses like Facebook is working on, or do you think that it's more likely to be contacts like Mojo is working on now? Or just any first thoughts on the company or the headline?
Yeah, I like this idea, but as someone who has 20/20 vision, I don't know. When I see people put contacts on, it like kind of grosses me out. So, and I've never done it before, so I think I would actually prefer glasses, so I can just take them on and off. But when I see this headline and I look at this picture, I think like Minority Report, and I'm like, that's like super cool. I mean, I think obviously, like not obviously, but maybe in the first for mass adoption, we're gonna have glasses, and then this will come next. But I don't know. I know like humans are kind of interacting. You know, there's like devices now built into humans, and there's a lot of articles that everyone here has probably read about people embedding like chips and things like that into themselves. We already do with our pets. So I think we're heading in this direction. But to me, it feels like invasive on my body to put something in my eye still. But I'm not like that population that needs contacts. So,
yeah.
So yeah.
See, I disagree that it'll go to contacts. I actually think it'll stop and start with glasses and headsets. Because to me, a contact implies this sort of need to have it always on. And what you ignore there is you ignore the use case and the fact that AR is not going to be equally as useful every single moment of the day. There's certain tasks that it's more useful for. There's certain populations that it's more useful for. And I mean, this is cool, but it kind of almost reminds me of like the early days of voice, the early days of smart homes, where like we're just building this because we can. Like we're just seeing how far we can push it. Like let's go for it. But you're not actually being smart about the use case. So like when smart home stuff came about, just everything became smart, like regardless of the marginal benefit and how good it was. And like just a ton of stuff fizzled out because it's like not actually that useful. It doesn't provide me that much benefits. When I think of like, if you applied AR to specific use cases, be that in manufacturing or like for certain populations, then you're not going to have these on all the time and not everyone's going to wear them. So I think it'll stay actually in headsets for some reason.
Yeah, it's a great point. When I saw the contacts, I thought that, hey, this is way better than having to wear glasses, and this is for sure the future. Maybe they should skip over glasses and get to that. But from your point, I actually think that I agree with you. It's not something you'd want to wear all the time, and you wouldn't want to be like constantly as Mark pointed out, jabbing into your eyes to remove your contacts and put them back in. And it's not something you'd want to wear like in bed at night, right? With like AR, like while you're trying to fall asleep. It's interesting.
I was surprised that like there was so much pushback from the public referring to Google Glass wearers as like glass holes that around the discomfort being recorded, where there'd been so much excitement and hype around different use cases, and then most of the news stories that I recall were around like people having glasses ripped off their face and like fights in bars and restaurants where patrons weren't comfortable that they were being recorded in a way that I haven't really seen Americans so concerned about being watched. Like cameras are already on all around you, and it was sort of bizarro that was the main effect that the Google Glass, like that was my main takeaway from Google Glass. And so originally I was thinking like, oh, maybe this is secretive enough that it somehow slides under the bar and doesn't create that sort of like reaction. But since there's that relay device, there's gonna be something that makes you look like a weirdo. Like, you'll have, it sounds like they're thinking about whatever, a hat or a necklace or something, and
or it could be as simple as as simple as a ring. I've seen one that's like I don't know what the device is, but it's like a little ring with like a little knob on it. Oh, it's Focals, which are the current AR glasses, Canadian company actually. That's an interesting point, Alexa, right? I guess one downside of the glasses is we go back to it, not just reaction from others, but also the reluctance for people to wear those glasses because they look so nerdy. Focal's big selling point is like they kind of look cool, but they're still pretty thick. With contact lenses, no one would know. And like you wouldn't feel weird wearing them out of the house. You could just pop them in and like go about your day. Maybe there's something interesting there about it being better for mass adoption when it is something that's not so obvious on your face.
Yeah. I mean, for maybe there's like specific use cases where like there would be some, like a more than marginal benefit for wearing contacts, like maybe military, maybe like CIA, like people who need to be discreet about it. Yeah.